do you actually do the coaching when you're being a business coach? And specifically, if you're following the business coach certified partner method? Well, one of the beauties of being a business coach is you can be extremely flexible with how you work in terms of the practicalities of structuring your packages and programs. So we have some coaches who love to get into that regular working schedule of like 1 hour with a client every single week that's paying a monthly fee, maybe $2,000, and they meet for an hour or on phone or Skype and just deliver the coaching, and it goes on and on from there. Other people love to go in and do full day events with the team, or have like everybody come together at the same time so that they're able to do that all in one go, whether that's actually in real life or all together in a team on Zoom or something like that. So they'll do like chunk, instead of doing 1 hour every week, they'll chunk everything into half a day or a full day, and they might pay the same price or they might pay a higher daily rate, but then it's all done in one time. Other coaches like to just do maybe, a 2 hour session once a month and then little check-ins throughout it. So the beauty is, from a practical standpoint, you can do whatever you want and you can be flexible with that. From a how do you do the coaching within a session, like we said, you can do it in person, face-to-face, you can do it online. When you're doing it online, you can either do it, just audio, you can do it video. And then what you're going to do is you're going to follow the specific coaching session structure that we teach in the Certified Partner Program. So there's a very specific thing you do of checking in of what was discussed in the last session and seeing the actions that have been moved forward. And then if they haven't been moved forward, we have very specific questions to challenge the client in a way that isn't going to make them defensive, but also isn't going to allow you to be a pushover. And so you're going to make sure that you challenge them, and that will actually move them forward. Probably the second biggest reason that coaches lose clients is they don't challenge them enough. So the client just gets comfortable of doing the same things, not really making progress. So they think, well, why the hell should I pay the coach this much money if I'm not really moving forward? So the number one reason is overwhelm, but I'll talk about that in a different video. So you're going to check in with them and then challenge them on anything they haven't done, then discuss the new things that have come up, reflect on the 90-day plans that have been created. So this is something that happens at the very beginning of the coaching. So if you're asking how do you do coaching, then up until the point where you're getting into a routine of the coaching sessions, you're going to follow our coaching plan where you do a positioning session, you get them to figure out their long-term lifestyle, you do an alignment session which sets up their long-term goals and then works backwards towards what they need to do in the next quarter with you. And that is really useful for keeping the client long-term. And then that next 90-day plan is what you're coached towards and what you are helping them to implement, and then teaching them things and coaching them on the projects that they need to get done to hit those broken down goals that align to the 90 days. So in that coaching session, you're using all kinds of tools. You might be using certain conversations from the profit system, getting them to implement something in the business. You might be using the coached method to actually figure out where they need to go and what's blocking them and what's getting in their way, how they can get more help, and the emotional side of things. So you're using all these different tools to operate the session, and at the end of the session you'll agree on a certain number of actions and things that they're going to get done to move them forward. And then when it comes to the next session, that's going to be the beginning of that one. So you've got a range of tools of whether you're feeling as though they need to be moved forward in terms of like a goal or a project, or whether they need to be educated on a certain aspect of the business, or whether they need to be kept aligned to the plan that you've agreed and implemented at the very start. But that is how you do the coaching. So you can have ultimate flexibility on the time frames and how you do it, whether it's in person or phone or Skype or anything like that. And then you follow the structured process that we give in the Certified Partnership Program, but you have flexibility. So as you get more used to this, you'll just develop your own way of how you like to work with clients. But we do have it kind of mapped out as a process for you so that you can just know with certainty what to aim for. But then if you adapt your own style, then that's absolutely fine.